One of my favorite things that I appreciate about niche menswear is the unique take and the unique approach on otherwise basic staple garments and basic staple silhouettes, with many niche brands playing around with design detail, manufacturing their own fabrics, or commissioning proprietary fabric. There are so many new brands and so many brands from the past that are doing menswear and men's fashion different, making it exciting, not necessarily abiding by one trend or one type of style, but rather a myriad of different looks, different styles, different reference points to create a menswear scene that is so exciting. But I really have to say, I don't ever think I've been this excited about men's fashion and menswear ever in my life, really. And if you guys see my channel before, you know that it's not about me. It's not about how I wear, what I wear. It's not about me. It's about the clothes. It's always about the garment. It's about the aesthetic. It's about what the designer or the brand is trying to convey. And then if you guys like what you see, then you're able to kind of take that and kind of insert it into your own style and convey your own message. But with that being said, going back and watching my own videos, I've realized I never really put enough stress on the brands and the collections themselves. And I kind of wanted to change that because I feel like brands kind of have to work harder than ever, especially smaller niche brands that have a real specific and complex message they want to convey, to really garner their own audience, to get popular, to get play on podcasts, to get worn at big events and all types of stuff like that. But at the same time, it's also a welcome and safe space for these brands to really just be themselves. So that's why today I wanted to keep it a little simple and really just make it all about the brands and introduce you guys to brands you probably never heard of. And if you really are in the niche menswear scene, then you probably have, and in which case you could definitely check the chapters. And if you know all the brands I'm gonna name, then feel free to skip the video. But for most of us who really just like clothes and really aren't super into the niche menswear scene like we are, then this video is definitely for you. Starting off with a brand that I recently was introduced to from Daniel Rivera at Self Edge is a brand called Monitaly, which is actually a brand under Megco, who also owns Yucatan, which are one of my favorite shoe brands. And both of these are actually owned by Yuki Matsuda. And what Yuki Matsuda wanted to do with Monitaly was he really wanted to elevate the casual man's wardrobe and also bring a little bit of a relaxed feel to otherwise very stoic menswear staples and give them a little bit of fun, playing around with fit, playing around with silhouette, playing around with fabric details. And basically what Yuki really wanted to do with Monitaly was create elegant looking garments with a little bit more of a comfortability. So they're cut a little loose on the body, they're cut a little slouchy, but they're also made with some of the finest fibers in the world, made by Japanese artisanal craftsmen that have clothing making skills that have been passed down from generation to generation. The designers at Monitaly are masters at picking textiles from literally all around the world, taking the best of the best and making them into something that's fun and comfortable for men to wear. When I think of Monitaly, I think of a really nice, breezy, comfortable weekend down at a cafe, something that's really super elegant, but also just has that real kind of comfortable, almost loungewear-ish kind of fit, with really chunky textured woolens, super thick handmade knits that all come together with basic solid trouser colors in a real American heritage style fit. This is the world building that Yuki Matsuda kind of creates with his own vision, with his own ideals of elegance in comfortability. And the Monitaly range is absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite Monitaly pieces that I've seen on No Man Walks Alone is this Kanta patchwork blazer that I believe has a couple of pieces dyed with natural indigo. And this is an otherwise very simple menswear silhouette that, like I said, Yuki elevates with the colors, with the proportions, with the fabric, with the design details, the construction detail. And sometimes that's really all you need to make a nice garment that you could wear on the regular basis. And that's what Monitaly is all about, is delivering elegance and comfortable clothing and delivering longevity and handmade and well-made garments. Next up, I want to talk about a brand called No Maintenance. And I know some of the niche menswear guys have definitely heard of No Maintenance, but I kind of want to bring it to the guys who just like clothes and are willing to spend money on quality, but don't necessarily avidly research the scene. No Maintenance is a brand that was started in 2012 by Ro Hodgson and Sebastian Moraga. And basically, No Maintenance kind of takes their own very interesting direction on Americana heritage style classics. And they take a little bit more of a, I don't want to say somber, but definitely more eerie and more aggressive kind of tone on those vintage American inspired classics, which adds this very kind of dark feel, almost like if you took a little bit of opium core and a little bit of Americana and put it together. They use a lot of darker, neutral kind of tones, a lot of faded, washed out, very drapey, very lightweight garments that are heavily contrasted with leather pieces, shorter crop jackets, a little bit more rebellious in the pant leg with baggier, wider leg silhouettes on an otherwise classic vintage 501 inspired jean. A lot of their collection really screams almost a little bit of a militaristic kind of post-apocalyptic vibe, just a touch of that on top of Americana. And I think that that's what makes No Maintenance so unique, unique is that usually when I think of Americana, I think of sunny days, I think of ivy, I think of very preppy kind of looks. No Maintenance definitely has a little bit more of a darker undertone, which makes this brand so alluring and so interesting, especially if you tend to dress a little bit more mysterious. And I really have to say, looking through their collection and looking through their lookbook, everything is so well put together. It's so well curated. Every single piece is meant to go with basically virtually every single piece in their collection, which, believe it or not, sounds like it should be a standard, but a lot of brands really don't do that. And sometimes it can be very hard to do that. No Maintenance proves that it's a master at not only design, but also at merchandising, because you're literally able to just basically blindly buy whatever and it's gonna work. It kind of takes dressing to a minimal thought process for the end consumer, because you really don't have to put that much thought into your outfits if you don't want to. No Maintenance message just seems to be an ease in dressing, comfortably made luxury silhouettes with deeper, darker undertones to give a little bit of that mysterious vibe. Next up, we have one of my personal favorite brands, which is 18 East. And basically 18 East is a brand that was started by Antonio Cangioli. I really hope I said that name correctly. And they are an elevated baseline luxury skateboard brand that focuses on sustainable, environmentally friendly garments, as well as responsibly sourced textiles, responsibly made garments, and proudly makes a majority of their clothing in India. And I actually have a video on this from a while back. I believe I called it Why India Saved Men's Fashion. And 18 East is definitely the epitome of proof as towards why India really is saving men's fashion, and why I'm predicting India is going to be not only the menswear scene's hub, but also the general fashion scene's hub and center of manufacturing, of design. India has taken their own kind of step into menswear, bringing back cultural tradition, but modernizing it in today's world. And 18 East is one of the purveyors of exploring that kind of new Indian-made ideology. 18 East is known for its loose, very wide silhouettes, very textured knits, very textured garments, super vibrant, bright colors, as well as their ever so famous, renowned Gorecki pant, which is a very wide leg cargo pant that I believe is their best seller. And those pants just come in so many different colors, which kind of bring the rest of the collection together. Some of my favorite pieces from them include this natural indigo dyed fishing wader pant that I actually own. I wear it all the time. It's made from a raw denim and has this really nice wide leg silhouette. Or if you guys saw my last video, you've seen that I also have their Echo Fleece pullover in both the white and the black. And these are made from a 100% organic cotton as well, when fleeces are usually made with polyesters. And this is good because it not only makes it easy to clean, which most of 18 East garments are, but it also makes them super comfortable on the skin, which is a really big thing, not just for skaters, but also just for men in general. 18 East is another brand that's super true to themselves and also places a heavy stress on quality made clothing that is going to last a very long time as well, as seen through their construction details, the fabrics that they use, and also just having a wider silhouette means that there's going to be less stress and less abrasion on the garments usually, so you're definitely going to have these for quite a while. And the thing that I really love about 18 East is how reasonable they price their garments. By no means are they an entry-level menswear price point, but really for the stuff that they sell, I'm so impressed at how reasonably priced they're able to sell these garments at. I have this 100% tweed woolen kind of balloon pant in this kind of gun check or houndstooth kind of pattern. And usually for woolen pants, whether they're dress pants or casual pants, you could pay anywhere upwards of $500 to $750, especially for tweeds. This pant I believe I bought for $215, and it is by far the softest tweed that I have ever felt in my life, and I work in a tailor shop. For a tweed to be so well priced, and for a pant to be so well made such as this, with as much utility and as much construction detail as this one has, 18 East has really truly impressed me, and is definitely a brand that I cannot wait to see grow and see what they do to expand their message and change the men's fashion scene from the inside out. Next up, we have a Canadian brand called Libero or Libero, and this is a brand that was founded in 2018 by a man called Adam Apaglisi. I definitely messed that one up, but basically Libero or Libero is a brand that almost has kind of like this vintage film kind of feel. Libero actually states that they blend together European and North American timeless classics with a little bit of that movie kind of inspiration, with a specific amount of color vibrancy in certain textiles, and they really take a main inspiration from those vintage 70s to 80s films, especially especially the Italian gangster films, and mix it together with American sportswear, as well as playing off of Adam's own Italian heritage, hence why the name Libero for the brand, named after, I believe, his grandfather. And funny enough, I think the name actually means free as well. I could be wrong about that, I'll definitely let y'all know. But you really get a sense of that kind of nostalgic, vintage film feel looking through their whole collection. And their collection, yes, is very curated. It really doesn't have too much in it, but every single piece is an absolute banger. And you know what? That to me is something that's really well put together and something that's really worth looking into, because you really don't need much to have a really dope collection. You just need to be cohesive. You need to have a strong message. You need to know exactly what you want to convey. Your photography and marketing has to be on point. And what's interesting about Libero is they actually make their own short films, which you could actually see on their site, which is liberoworld.ca. And this to me is one of those unique talking points about the brand itself, and another one of those things that sets them apart from the otherwise basic norm. Now, the thing is, these garments are made in small quantity, so you definitely want to make sure that you hop on these as soon as they drop. Otherwise, you will miss your chance, much like I did. I mean, their marketing, their collection is so strong. You could really see that the photography is definitely taken from a filmmaker's point of view and really just romanticizes the garments. It romanticizes the collection so well, ranging from the scenery down to the model that they choose. Libero's messaging is a testament to what real strong, excellent branding with a concise message and look that they want to convey is. The last brand that I want to talk about, a lot of you have heard about, I already know, but I want to introduce it to you guys as something more than what you know it for. The brand Merz B Schwanen is more than the 215 tee that was worn on both seasons of the Bear. It's more than a white t-shirt. It's more than just t-shirts. Merz B Schwanen is built on German quality heritage clothing with a strong message on bringing back well-made, authentically made classics with old world machinery that you literally just cannot find anymore. Peter and Gita Plotnicki, the owners of Merz B Schwanen, bought out the Merz B Schwanen label back in 2011, and they purchased these old loop wheel machines and decided to source the best cotton that they could possibly find, combined with the softness and the drape, the slub, the texture, the natural heritage of loop wheel made garments to make the best luxury men's loungewear and menswear staples that you possibly ever could find. And on top of that, they recently started manufacturing amazing, responsibly made overshirts, sweatpants, lounge pants, coach's jackets, chinos, fleeces, so many different types of garments to round out the wardrobe, to not only be a wardrobe basic t-shirt, but to also find a spot and close gaps in your wardrobe from a basic staple everyday perspective as well. From their coach's jackets that are made in this gorgeous organic cotton to their relaxed fit poplin organic cotton trousers, Merz B Schwanen is coming for everybody's closet. It's as simple as that. They're coming to take over and find their spot in your wardrobe and my wardrobe. And basically, I wear their t-shirts almost every day, whether they're undergarments or in the warmer weather when all I'm wearing is their t-shirt. Maybe in the warmer season, I'm wearing their t-shirt tucked into a linen pant. I mean, Merz B Schwanen is the epitome of luxury basic staples that are fluid within the wardrobe. They're not really recognizable to the eye when it comes to trying to figure out what brand they're from. And they're really not trying to make a wicked statement at all, because the statement is quality basic staples. Their statement is timelessness. Their statement is good quality organic made clothing. And that's what Merz B Schwanen is all about. And that's why I personally love Merz B Schwanen. I think they're absolutely amazing at what they're doing. I love that they're bringing that real authentic old world feel, not just heritage inspired garments, but literally heritage made garments, utilizing the same machines that were used from the 1920s on before they got decommissioned. This is the closest that we will ever get to clothing that was made how it used to be made back then without having to go to a vintage store. And that's what Merz B Schwanen is all about. And with that being said, if you live in New York, they're actually going to drop their new Merz B Schwanen standalone store on the 2nd, I believe. The 2nd or 3rd. I have to check that out. I'm definitely going to put it in the video. But I, for one, am so excited about that. I cannot wait. Definitely make sure to stop by. And definitely make sure to check out the rest of the brands that were listed on this list. They all have a really strong identity within themselves. And it's just really fun to kind of take bits and pieces from all of these collections. Maybe a pant here, a jacket there, a t-shirt here, put them all together from all of these brands and kind of see what you come up with. I mean, that's how I build my style. And thank you guys again so much for the support on the last video, on the pickup video. I didn't even think you guys like pickup videos like that. So if you want to see more pickup videos, definitely let me know down in the comments, drop a like. And if there's anything else that you guys want to see, as always, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'm always receptive to feedback. You guys have been killing it, and I couldn't be more happy to make these videos. I couldn't have more fun. So with that being said, as always, I'm super late for work, so I bid you adieu. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next week.